On this episode, we are going to be chatting to Bree from Pop-Up Event Co. She's got some amazing stories. Also amazing how much a wedding can vary in costs, from a couple of $1,000s all the way up to sell your first child.
We're also going to talk about the colour trends for leading into 2026.
And something that you should definitely not do. Her number one tip not to do at your wedding.
All loved up and ready to propose? Or maybe you're searching for the perfect wedding ring. My Jewellery Shop are your engagement and wedding ring experts. At My Jewellery Shop, it's your time to shine. Gold Coast Highway, Nobby Beach, and myjewelleryshop.com.au. Moira Major and Nikki Amos.
We pronounce you unfiltered. Welcome to another episode of We Pronounce You
Unfiltered.
We'd like to say hello to some of our new friends on socials. Philippa Morris, Auntie Jazz, Fifi, Paul Banda, Mandy, Sean Montgomery as well. Make sure you give us a follow on Insta, TikTok, and you can also subscribe on YouTube. Watch all the fun moments of the show. Watch us as we fall apart laughing. Also got some comments as well from Brenda Christie76 saying the best idea ever was doing the speeches at the very beginning of their reception. They said it just made things so much easier. Those who are nervous don't have to think about doing the speech for half the night. Do it straight away. They can enjoy the rest of the wedding, plus no drunk uncle telling stupid long stories.
I'm actually doing a wedding coming up this weekend where they've decided to open the mic at the very end of the ceremony.
Oh, I love that.
Even getting to the reception.
I love that.
Yeah. So,
very cool.
Yeah. That way it's over and done with. They
Done.
don't have to worry about it. I've got another one. She said the best photos are, get some hot chips on the beach with the seagulls.
Oh, hilarious.
So they come sweeping in and
That's
you take
fantastic.
the
I love that. I love that.
And nothing to clean up at the end.
Nothing to clean up at the end. It's just
beautiful.
all about, and who doesn't love hot chips?
Oh, yeah.
Right, on today's episode, we are going to have a chat with Bree Nichols, who is from Pop-Up Event Co. Now, I've known Bree for a number of years. Started here on the Gold Coast as an event planning business and pretty much weddings, so one-stop shop. Bree, thank you very much for joining us. Now, tell us all about Pop-Up Event Co.
Well, it started off actually as Gold Coast Pop-Up Weddings many, many years ago.
Yep.
Probably showing my age. Can't even remember.
Are you younger than me? So shut up.
Not by much, boys.
Okay.
It started off as a pop-up wedding company. It was about, my daughter's 12, so it was just, prior to that. I was on maternity leave, actually.
Right.
From working in hotels. And I thought I'd give this concept a go because I actually saw a lot of it happening in the US. You remember the Las Vegas weddings?
Yeah.
But it was becoming a little bit more than just a quick wedding in the chapel. And they were doing a lot over there. And nothing was really happening, In Australia, it happened a little bit like in Perth and I think South Australia. So I started off just doing pop-up weddings and that evolved. I was a celebrant at the time, so I was putting my celebrant hat on and, then it came to outsourcing furniture and styling and florals and photographers, and it kind of all came together. And then it grew to also service Brisbane, and then I'm from Newcastle originally, so then I decided, why don't I try
Newcastle?
Newcastle.
Got
So
contacts down
there you go.
there.
yeah,
For
so
sure.
And that just kind of very organically grew down there. So I had the 3 going, and then I thought, well, they're very segregated in these regions. It'd be good to kind of bring it together. Also, it was very hard managing all these different Instagram accounts.
Yes.
I don't want to
Understandable. So, yes.
I don't want to do much in social media.
Yeah.
So I created the Pop-Up Event Co. brand, and so now that's the umbrella brand of the company.
Yeah.
And we have Brisbane Pop-Up Weddings, Gold Coast Pop-Up Weddings, Newcastle Pop-Up Weddings, and then I do run another company called WedMe as well. So, but it's evolved over the years. We started off doing obviously small elopements and pop-up weddings, which are really just an all-inclusive ceremony with, celebrant, some ceremony and styling, decor, photography, florals, a cake, and it used to be a champagne toast, and that was it. 2 hours in and out, go and have lunch or dinner, do something easy afterwards. But it's evolved a little bit where we, now tap into receptions that follow, more styling and hire. We've got a full warehouse of hire
Everything.
items and everything,
Yes.
and florists and cake makers and
So what's the
everything. So that's what it's turned into. Yeah.
what would the average cost of a non-pop-up wedding? So let's call it a stationary wedding.
Yeah.
But what's the difference between
That's what
an
I was gonna
elopement, or you mean, or
no, like
or just
an
a
average
regular-
wedding where people would do the, say
a traditional wedding.
traditional.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the price difference between that and a pop-up wedding?
Well, it can be anything, but our pop-up weddings start from about $5,000.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
When I first started working with Bree, it was amazing. I always thought a wedding would cost, well, I think we've discussed it before. What was the average?
$30,000.
$30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with Bree's business, it's simple and it's quick and it's easy. And that's what some people really want.
Yeah,
They want the ceremony to go for 15 minutes. They don't want to be, but they also want to use that money to travel for the house,
Absolutely.
anything else. So there's a massive change. And I remember the first time I saw you, this was before we started working together. First time I saw you was on the Today Show.
Oh, yes.
Because I was like, my God, that, and we went to the same school. So
We
I was
did.
like, okay, there's Bree. But then I went, that is so smart.
Yeah.
Because you don't need all of the big stuff that we've discussed. I mean, if you want it,
Yes.
it's available. But if you don't,
That's right. Yeah.
$5,000.
Yeah, it's amazing, and you can still do something really beautiful for
Absolutely.
that.
Oh,
You can be in a. You don't have to be in a venue either. You can be in a park or a beach. You know, people still love coming to the Gold Coast. Interstate people getting married on the beach.
Yep.
We don't do as many anymore, but it's still a market. So, and you can be in a venue if you want to be in a venue. So you can be out at an estate, you can be in a hotel, you can be wherever you want to be. It kind of pops up anywhere.
Yeah.
That's
So can I
yeah.
ask then, is it primarily just the ceremony or is it the reception as well? Like do you get caterers and is that, that sort of...
Yes, it can be, but
Yeah.
in the traditional sense, now that it's been around for some time, we can kind of say what a pop up wedding is. It's for us. We classify it as a ceremony only with those inclusions,
Right.
Yep.
and then people, if they wish to, can put a reception
On it.
on it as well. But it's also, I guess, yes, people that are want affordability, ease, no stress, but it's also for people who love that everything's together and
Yes.
it's easy.
Yeah,
Yes.
one-stop shop.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
with one invoice. You don't have to go around and shop for all your different venues. So you can have a bigger budget, but you can still have a pop-up wedding with a reception attached. It's just that it makes it so simple.
Yes.
And so you have a bunch of people who are sort of on your books as celebrants. Are you doing floral yourself?
We do have an in-house florist now.
And then so also you've got photographers and you've got the same people,
Yeah.
reliable, you
That's
know
right.
them,
Yep.
you've worked with them for years, so you
Yes.
know that they're going to
That's
be,
right. Yeah.
it's
Reliable.
yeah,
reliable.
but it's good that we've got like say 5 celebrants,
Yep.
5 or 6 different photographers, videographers.
Do you do musicians too if they
Yes,
want? or-
absolutely.
yeah.
Hair and makeup.
Yep.
We can organise transport. But then we say to our clients and we direct them to like a web page and all of those people have profiles.
Yep.
Yes.
So they can actually look,
Choose
who
who
they
they
would like
want.
to have
Oh,
as a
that's good.
celebrant or a photographer. And because everyone's got a different style,
course, yeah.
but we can bring it together and they're all just bookable subject to their availability.
Okay.
So what is a micro wedding then?
Okay, so go from the start. Elopements.
Yes, okay.
Elopements. Everyone's got a different take on elopement. I don't think there's like a dictionary word.
Definition, no.
Yeah.
Like people say it used to be, shotgun wedding or
Yep.
like no one else involved, 2 people. But I don't think that's what it is anymore.
No,
It's
absolutely not.
changed.
Yeah.
So for us, it's up to 25 people.
Okay.
So
Okay.
ceremony only up to 25. And then a pop-up wedding is usually for 20 or more because you're
Yes.
having more inclusions, more seating. The photography is a little bit
Bigger
longer.
venue, all that kind of stuff, yeah.
like a little bit different. And then a micro wedding for us is under 50.
Okay.
And then we would sell our traditional weddings as 50 plus.
Okay.
Okay.
So anything under 50, it can be the standard timeline, so it's still a 3:00 wedding, with a dinner to follow, or it can be something shorter. Say you did like an 11:00 ceremony and then you've got like a little lunch and a 4-hour reception and it's finished. So that can be more micro style as well. So anything like that.
Yeah.
And we've got lots of packages. We work with different venues to create these micro wedding packages. And then it's so simple because you've got all the catering, all your styling for your reception tables, your entertainment,
Yeah, all
MC,
packaging, yeah.
if you want that to go that far. It's so easy because you can stop where you want to stop.
Yeah, I was going to say they
Yeah.
can just pick and choose those
Yeah,
things that
yeah, that's what
they
it's
want.
about.
Yeah.
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 But one thing that's really, I think, great in this space is that you can have everything on one invoice. And
Yeah.
That's
That's
so
huge, actually, when you
advantageous.
think
Yeah,
about it.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. And, did you pay the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't worry, forget we've got to pay
Yeah.
this, and then
Yes.
this person hasn't been paid this. Yeah, definitely.
Deposit schedules, and and contracts, and if anything goes wrong, you've got a point of contact.
One
to,
point of contact,
Yeah,
which
like
is
if
amazing.
somebody's sick, if your musician's sick,
Yeah.
and
You could then pull
That's
from
right.
someone else
From the
within
pool.
your company.
yeah, exactly.
So perfect.
Yeah, so that's what it's all about.
So what is the most... Now, we've worked together in some very interesting moments as celebrants.
We have.
We watched a bridesmaid after the ceremony.
I know what you're
saying. Relieve herself behind some rocks and then just shake herself off, which I still love so much. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
What's one of the strangest thing you've seen at a wedding? Because you would have seen so many weddings.
I know, but it's hard to think. I've had lots of not lots, but a few nannas faint and ambulance.
God, I thought you were going to say
calls.
die. I thought you were going to say die. Okay, good.
But faint.
Yes.
And,
Just from the heat or
the
more
heat
so-
of being outside.
yes.
Like I think I've had about 3 ambulances come. And then also I've actually had a little junior groomsman faint.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, like he was
bless him.
waiting. It was obviously a really hot
So
day.
excited.
And
he's
it's his
all
overwhelmed.
parents, and he fainted. Like,
Mum and Dad are big
right,
like,
do you
oh my
know?
God.
Yeah, I've seen those. Like people just fall
Heel
You're like,
over.
oh my goodness, are you okay? I can't even think of any other. I don't
No
know,
strange
there's
requests from brides and grooms?
Yes, I guess what's the strangest styling request
Yes.
if you can think of one?
We are pretty mainstream, I think. But, there's all black weddings. I've had one of my videographers, this is a story like that. I wasn't at this wedding, but one of my videographers showed me this video and it was a very gothic wedding. And
Love it.
Doing one in February
Are
on
you?
Valentine's Day.
Are you?
And it's all black wedding.
That's
all
so
black.
cool.
And anyway, she wore this, the bride wore this magnificent dress, it was black, black, purple, gorgeous, huge. And she had this crown and she walked down the aisle and it was on fire when she walked down the aisle. Like it was meant to be on fire. It was meant to be on fire.
That's a good thing.
It was meant to be on fire. And but when she got down the end of the aisle, something happened and it blew up and something happened and her hair went on fire.
No way.
Yes, and he caught it on film.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you never
I
forget
think
that.
they saved the day, but I saw it. It wasn't my wedding.
Oh, just the smell of the
Yes,
burning hair.
yes. It was
So
it was meant to be this magical moment. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was probably very
Sort of Hunger Game moment that went very, very
a bit
wrong.
like that. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about themed weddings? How do you go about with the themed? Have you had one of those?
Not many, to be honest. Most people are very
Conservative?
conservative,
Yeah.
aren't
Yeah.
they? It's
Yeah.
really hard to.
I would love someone to do a themed wedding. I would love
you?
to get,
No,
yes, I would
yes.
love to get dressed up in that
hilarious.
character or love that.
Yeah,
I
haven't
reckon
done
it'd be
many.
like a Star Wars one you'd get.
Hey,
Yeah.
Oh, big Princess Leia
Big
style.
Princess Leia,
Yeah.
beautiful, all the robes.
Yes,
Look,
yeah.
I just think that'd be. I'm very partial to a fancy dress party.
Right, okay.
So,
okay.
so yeah, but
I don't have any stories on that front. It's really not eventful. It's more things like that have happened to me.
Yeah. What's the weirdest thing that's happened to you
Not
then?
the weirdest thing. I remember this. I'll tell this funny story. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
I can't believe I'm telling this story. But when
love this.
I did so many in my day. Like when I was a celebrant, I'm not actually an active celebrant anymore because
Are you not?
I am. I do have my license,
Yeah.
but I don't actively.
You don't.
feed them.
And no, no, it's better that my team does them.
Yeah. You're done. Yeah. Understandable.
I've had a great time doing it, but because I'm so busy doing everything else. And if I'm on site, if I'm setting up and whatnot. But I remember this one time I was the celebrant because quite often in the early days I used to, go and help the setup team and then, be the celebrant, pack down.
I've watched you get changed in a car.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yep.
It happened many a time in public toilets everywhere. So I remember I just turned 40 and I was packing down. I didn't get changed. I was in my beautiful, nice dress and I was on the beach and everyone was standing around and I was doing something and I just went face first in the sand, like angel, like
Sand angel.
Sand angel. It was all. I got this new iPhone watch. What is it called? An iWatch,
Yeah.
and it was all in my iWatch, and everyone turned around and said, "Are you okay?" And you know that most, you just think everyone's laughing at you.
Yes. Yep.
And then I said, right, I'm 40, I'm done. I'm not doing a set down at a wedding,
I'm done.
at a beach. Ever
Someone else
again.
can do it.
Yes. But I have done.
Of course you have.
Yes.
Yes, of course you have.
But yeah, so that's a little
My
moment
gosh.
for me.
And so when you get up and then they realise that's the actual celebrant
Yeah.
getting up.
That's the celebrant who's just face
I
planted.
must have. I don't know what I did in the sand. I'm
That's
sure
okay.
many people have done it.
Oh, 100%.
You know.
Yeah.
Sand weddings, they're fun, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. I
I
did
think one of my
recently.
first one was a sand wedding,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get it out of my shoes for weeks later.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
also because of the wind.
I was going to say the wind
And the microphone.
Yes,
and
yes,
your
you have to have a
scripts.
wind guard
Yeah.
too, as a celebrant top tip.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
And also just to that wind blasting, if it's really that windy, you're getting whipped by the sand and you're trying
Everything's
to
happening.
smile and look
Yes.
Everything's
Yes.
happening.
Yes.
And also because it's quite a public place as well. There's
Yeah.
so many people
who want to crowd around.
who want to
and
crowd
watch.
around
That's
and
right.
watch.
Yes.
Yeah, which
It's
is
hard
just
to find
strange.
it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So that's why I guess a lot of people do prefer, if you're local,
Yeah.
Yes.
you probably prefer a park or garden or an estate
Yeah.
venue.
Yeah.
And,
Because even the beach wedding I did just recently, and it was an elopement, but we had to ask people to get out of the pictures.
Yeah.
Like they're just standing there in their babies, like nothing's going on. It's like, and they no awareness that this couple want
This is
beautiful
actually, they're
pictures.
paying for this. You guys are just in your
Just
DTs.
get out.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God. And could you not bend down, please? That would be great. All right. Bree, you've also brought in some styling that you do with,
Yeah.
and we're going to talk about that as well in just a moment. So there's some of the current trends that are going on, some of the new stuff as well that you're doing. So we're going to have a chat about that in a minute. Are you all loved up and ready to propose?
Do you know, Moisey, that finding a wedding ring as unique as your love is really hard to do. But, if you went down to my jewellery shop, they'd look after you.
They've got matching wedding rings. They've got the stunning engagement rings. They've also got a huge collection of rings, locally designed and made, perfectly cut diamonds, sourced from all around the world. And also they are GIA certified, which is pretty cool. Australian Argyle, lab-created diamonds. Pretty much, if you want a ring, this is where you've got to go.
Yep, absolutely. And they definitely look after the gents,
Oh, they do.
They do.
Some of the men are very clueless.
Yes.
They need as much help as possible.
Absolutely.
At My Jewellery Shop, it is your time to shine.
Gold Coast Highway, Nobby Beach.
And myjewelleryshop.com.au.
All loved up and ready to propose? Or maybe you're searching for the perfect wedding ring. My Jewellery Shop are your engagement and wedding ring experts. At My Jewellery Shop, it's your time to shine. Gold Coast Highway, Nobby Beach, and myjewelleryshop.com.au.
All right, Bree, you have brought in some beautiful stylings that we've got. So this is one of the ones that you would actually, so we're going to have to describe it, obviously, as well, for everybody in podcast land. So what have we got?
This is what we call in florist world flower frogs.
Flower frogs.
Flower frogs.
What's flower
And we
frogs
call them
mean?
froggies. So get your froggy ready.
Okay.
Well, the correct name is a kenzan. Mm-hmm. It's like a form of ikebana, but it basically has a metal holder with spikes.
Okay.
And
As opposed to that green stuff that they used to
foam,
use. Yeah, the foam.
Yeah, this is more just for the little delicate arrangements, and you might have, say, 2 or 4 stems and sit that little metal base in a nice shallow vase. I've got one in at about a 10 centimetre vase here, but you can, nice shallow vase. And then they just sit along the table. We've got a little bit of ribbon hanging off a rose. We've got 2 roses in this one. And they're just so simplistic, affordable.
Yeah.
And they can go down a table or even just as decor, because we use a lot of plinths now in ceremonies, not necessarily arbors, and they just have these kind of arrangements on plinths. So we love them and we use them all the time.
The little metal piece at the bottom have water in it?
They do have, no, you need to put water in top of it. So
yeah.
Oh, okay.
you make them with the frog.
Yes.
And then you place that and it's nice and heavy so it holds, and then the water goes on top.
On top. And so when the stem is spiked by the spikes, it allows the
water to
Water
go
go into.
Yeah, very clever.
Yeah, so these are like really affordable. We were doing like lots of obviously bud vases
Yeah.
were really popular. And they're affordable too because you're just having a couple of stems, but you have them all the way down the table and they look beautiful.
They do.
Yeah, absolutely do.
And these are some Colombian roses in here. So that's that
Done.
one.
Okay.
And then the other one we have is just a table arrangement,
Stunning.
but also a present for you ladies.
What are those
Oh,
little
thank you.
ones? I've never
The
seen-
hydrangeas,
Yeah,
little hydrangeas with some Colombian roses and just some greenery. So yeah, just little table arrangement, and they don't need to be huge, especially on a table. You still want to be able to see
Yeah.
people, but we're using like if you can imagine like this arrangement, but like huge, more so in ceremonies now.
Yeah.
Like it's huge for ceremony styling.
So you can see all the flowers we're talking about too as well on our socials. So if you want to check out what these actually, I do really like the simplicity of the froggy.
Yeah.
I think it's really
Yes.
cute. And you could do that with all different types of flowers
Yeah.
and bring. So
And
that's one thing
colour.
I wish that we'd done with our wedding was bring in more colour.
Yeah.
I would love to do, a wedding that is just all colour.
Yeah.
So just crazy. It
Yeah.
would just, because it's so, I think it speaks volumes about your relationship, about,
Yeah.
life and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Vibrant florals and colours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have colour projections for 2026 and what the trends are in colours?
It's very Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Remember Taylor
Yeah.
Swift's
That's it.
Yeah.
engagement?
Yeah.
That in a nutshell. So,
Yeah.
but lots of kind of European influences, bit of French vintage inspired,
Yeah.
but sophisticated. Lace is big.
Wow.
Lace is coming back. Everything kind of very minimalistic, lots of greenery. But yeah, Tay-Tay's engagement is pretty on point.
The marker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you saw that, you were probably just like, oh, Jesus.
Holy
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, it's stunning.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Do you still do proposals as well?
Sometimes.
So
Yeah,
part of the
yeah.
business
Yes.
is organising the proposal.
Yes.
Funny story. Where did we hear this story? Who told us this story the other day? Someone had organised a proposal with a business and had done everything so it was all in public, but they'd done it so that they'd got the flowers ready, they got the space ready, everything else. And then all of a sudden, another couple who didn't pay for it. Did you tell me this story?
No, but I know what you're talking about. And then there was like 4 in a row.
Yeah, they actually jumped into the spot where someone had set it up and paid for it. And these other couples just went, oh, well, while we're here, we may as well do this. And they actually
No
jumped in on the
way.
proposal
That's
No way.
terrible.
Before the actual couple
had
came
done
in.
it.
That is terrible.
Isn't that bizarre?
That's cheeky.
Yeah.
That is so
Yes.
cheeky.
That
But
is-
budget.
Yeah, you're happy snaps and off you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Wow, they set it up just for us.
Oh my goodness.
So
That's
with the
hilarious.
events as well, so not only you would have done the elopements, you would have also done things like christenings and things like that.
Yeah,
so,
lots of different things, and we're not just weddings with pop-up events.
Yeah.
We're starting to do a few different things in corporates and christenings
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I suppose you'd also
baptisms,
do
birthday parties, everything.
and funerals, like
Wakes,
Wakes,
yes, yes. So yeah, but you ladies as celebrants would do more of those different kinds.
you well and
If-
truly have
if
hung up
you-
your celebrant
yes,
hat, haven't you?
I know.
Actually, what is some advice, because you have been doing it for so long, what's some advice for celebrants who are starting out from you, who's done so many weddings?
It's good to make friends with other celebrants, I
Mm-hmm.
think, because one thing as celebrants, you would know, you go to a wedding and you meet a photographer, you
Yep.
meet whoever else is there, videographer, and you meet so many different people, but you don't meet any other celebrants.
No. No.
And you don't really get to see what other people are doing. Only if they put it on Instagram.
That's right.
So if you can tag along to if you're new,
Yeah.
and you can tag along to a few and you can watch and observe, I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah.
If you've
Oh,
got some friends
absolutely.
or you get to know people and just say, can I just come and watch you perform?
Do you not
yeah.
find though people are like, I remember when I started out as a celebrant, there wasn't anyone really willing to help or sort of.
Did you find that?
Well, I guess because I did mine just through COVID. Like I got officiated or registered, if you like, just in through COVID time.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I guess too, weddings weren't
Yes,
happening
yes,
very often.
yes.
And then if they were, it was at very closed, and so they could only have 20 people as well. So no opportunity to go, hey, can I be an extra when you
Yeah.
can only have 20 people?
Yeah.
So I kind of just felt my way through
Yeah.
or looked online, I guess,
Yeah,
to
I guess
what other
it'd
people
be
were doing.
just as good, I guess, seeing videos, but seeing a
Yeah.
whole ceremony,
Yes.
not just a
From
snippet.
start to finish.
And I think
just-
with Instagram as well, like there's so many amazing celebrants who are just out there. Like as in, it used to feel very traditional. Used to feel like you had to be the old churchy kind of lady.
Yes, yes.
But now there's the guy with the whip.
Oh, he's
Oh,
hilarious.
Have you seen this guy? Oh my God.
is his name Josh?
I think it is.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out what it is. But he whips it and he always,
Oh, we should
basically,
get him on.
Oh, we should actually.
I will reach out.
Okay.
be fun.
He also usually comes onto the grandmother, which is hilarious,
Oh my
calling
God.
it all these. It's
Oh
just
my God.
fantastic.
That she wants to be whipped.
Pretty much.
She's asking for it. He's
But yeah,
really
so
funny.
no.
Yeah,
it's-
there's all different kinds. Singing, celebrants,
Yeah.
there's, there's lots of different kinds.
So currently at the moment, what do you think people, obviously trends come and go and Taylor's our next focus, but what is it that's changed that people are spending more money on when it comes to weddings?
I think, don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of big weddings
Yeah,
out there,
sure.
traditional weddings, and people spending a lot of money. But if in my world where we do a lot of micros, people are opting for, the nicer aesthetic. They'll pay a little bit more for the venue, but have it for a shorter amount of time.
Yeah.
They'll do their tablescapes really lovely instead of paying for 100 people to have catering and drinks.
Yes.
So they're making it smaller, but then they're spending on the things that make the
Make
things
it
that make the
aesthetically
environment
beautiful.
feel
Yes.
how they want it to be.
That's
they
right,
can-
because your
yeah.
photos are forever.
Yeah.
That's
but,
it.
the people, and we
Aren't.
discussed this,
Yes.
aren't
The
forever.
people are not.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you'd rather have a nice long table of like 30 people or 20 people.
That are your solids. That
If
are
I
not
had my
moving
wedding
out.
again, I would totally do that. I would
We've
totally go
discussed this.
get
Yeah.
a restaurant, hire a restaurant, and just have a beautiful table, restaurant food, and just.
Well, that's what I do a lot of
and
too, these
party
micro
there,
weddings,
yeah.
or not even micro, because you suggested that elopement was up to 20. So I do a lot of those
Yeah.
weddings that are up to 20,
Yeah.
that just do a beautiful ceremony in the park, and then they go off and they have a gorgeous
Exactly.
Yeah.
dinner at
Yeah.
a
Somewhere
restaurant,
else,
and
yeah.
they hide the restaurant out,
And a lot of, these days, a lot of couples have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, over 50% of the weddings we do would have children involved. So they can't,
Wow.
they don't want to go and party all
No.
night. So they
No.
want to have
Well,
different
they do,
options.
but they
They do, but they can't. Yes.
Okay, so you've given us some tips for celebrants. What about tips for bride and groom planning their wedding? Let's think about them as a typical young couple, maybe late 20s, first marriages for both of them, no kids. What's a really important tip that you could give them when they're planning their wedding?
I don't know. I think we hear a lot of people just vendor shopping is difficult. So, I think you can look on Instagram and go, oh my God, I want this kind of wedding, but often they're just way out of budget. Like you can say you want everything
Photos look amazing on Instagram,
They look
yeah.
amazing and you want to have this. But I think if they, vendor shopping is hard.
Yeah.
Like speaking to different people, trying to get the person that you gel with in your budget that's available, all of that's really hard. So I think for us, if you can find a place like us, I don't want to give myself a plug, but
No.
it's just the someone that can advise you in the right direction.
Yeah.
A lot of planners work in that way too. Like if you're going somewhere that you maybe need a coordinator or planner, they have so many different contacts
Yeah.
and just can get recommendations and bring it together. So you're not, you're shopping around for such a
There's so much
long
time though,
there's so
isn't it?
Time,
Yeah.
Energy,
so much time
yeah.
and energy put into that. And there's
And that's
so many vendors out there too. This is the thing. There's just so many.
The amount of brides who I speak to leading up to the wedding, and I don't know if this is the same, I'm so stressed. It's like, what are you stressed about?
Yeah.
You don't, that's why I think putting it all in together like Papa Event Co works, because it's all just done.
Yeah.
It's
Makes it
easy.
easy.
It makes things simple
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the last thing you want to be doing is dreading and hating that
Yes.
time before you're getting married.
That's right.
it.
It's supposed to be a nice, easy.
It's supposed to be
well,
about
not easy, but
easy,
like
but
not
it's-
always
Not always
like
easy, but
an
an enjoyable process.
It's supposed to be that. It's not supposed to be
Yeah.
stressing the week before about
Yeah.
flowers or
Yeah.
this or anything like that. So,
And don't DIY your wedding.
oh God,
Like that is just my number one tip.
yes,
Please don't DIY your wedding. It's so stressful.
Yeah.
It really is.
I actually did my
I did some DIY with
I did
mine
some
too,
DIY.
but that's only because my husband and I are very creative people who
Well,
really
yeah,
enjoyed
yeah.
it.
But on the day, I mean, you want.
Oh, God, no.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm
if
not
you are
making
going to
scones.
DIY, allocate somebody
Yeah.
to be there to help set up, to do
Yeah.
the things. You don't want to be doing that on your day, or the day before either. Like, to have someone take care of that is my number one tip.
Yeah.
And we've seen it all. We've had that. We did a wedding in Mount Tambourine earlier this week, and they did hire our services for coordination, but it was just way more than anybody expected,
Okay.
and they needed 2 or 3.
Oh wow,
Like it was that big. So, and then that makes the bride stressed,
Yep.
and or the couple getting married, and it's everybody's
Stressed.
on edge, and
Yep.
it's hard. But having people to help you, and I always used to say to people, even when I was a celebrant, when you're choosing your vendors, make sure it's someone you trust, and just do that. Just trust them.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about it.
That's right.
If
If
you
you're
put your trust,
offloading it,
that's right. If
you
you
just let
trust them, let
yeah.
them do their job, and trust that they will do it.
Yes.
That's my tip.
If you were going to give one piece of advice to a couple, what is a must-have styling piece or a part of the styling that is a must-have for them?
Oh, flowers.
yeah.
Just because they
Flowers
make
are-
the photos look
Yeah,
amazing.
I think so. Our flowers are everything to me now. Like, yeah, you can do other things. Like it can be, draping, or ribbons, or bringing in a colour or something. But just even if you have something simple and it's elopement, and if you've got 2 beautiful brown arrangements next to you, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
So I've grown to love flowers a lot.
I love flowers.
Yeah.
I'm around them all the time now, and I just think that it's just lovely.
It's
And,
beautiful.
Yeah, you can do so many different creative things, and it really does give it a different feel and vibe, and
feel.
can change anything. But it can be so simple, or
Yeah.
it can be elaborate, whatever you'd like it to be. And you celebrate. You're a celebrant.
Yeah, that's always a good start.
You're
Well,
a
they can't
celebrant.
get married without us.
Absolutely.
Well, that's
So,
it.
Well,
You know,
that's it.
we are very
the most
important.
important.
Yes.
No.
Bree
need
from
that.
Pop Up Event Co. Thank you so much for joining us. That's been
worries.
fantastic. Some great tips there. Thank you for bringing in the flowers too. They're
Thank
beautiful, and all the best. We look forward. We'll chat to you again next season.
Sure.
Done.
Excellent.
All loved up and ready to propose? Or maybe you're searching for the perfect wedding ring. My Jewellery Shop are your engagement and wedding ring experts. At My Jewellery Shop, it's your time to shine. Gold Coast Highway, Nobby Beach, and myjewelleryshop.com.au.
Woodwork Podcasts.